We all go through different phases in life, right? Childhood, adulthood. But what if I told you that one of those phases is so incredibly important, it literally sets the foundation for everything that comes after? We all go through different phases in life, right? Childhood, adulthood. But what if I told you that one of those phases is so incredibly important, it literally sets the foundation for everything that comes after? Well, according to a really powerful sermon, that time is your youth. It's this unique, once-in-a-lifetime shot. And today, we're going to dive into why getting it right is such a big deal.
So what's the big deal about being young anyway? Well, think of it like this amazing combination of just boundless energy, total courage, and a kind of beauty you only have at that age. It's that time when you feel like you can do anything, right? Like the whole world is yours for the taking and you can just soak up new experiences like a sponge.
Okay, so the heart of this whole message comes from the book of Ecclesiastes, and it kicks off with this incredible piece of advice. It's basically saying, hey, be happy, enjoy this time. It's not telling you to hold back or be super serious. It's an invitation to just live and embrace how vibrant this season of life is. But, and this is a huge but, there's a catch, a really important one.
And this is where things get really interesting. We hit the main point of the whole sermon, and it's this kind of puzzle, It's about freedom and judgment. On one hand, you have all this freedom, but on the other, there's this idea of being held accountable. So, let's unpack that a little.
Now listen to this because it's pretty wild. The scripture actually says to follow the desires of your heart and whatever your eyes want to see. It's not saying stop wanting things or ignore your curiosity. It's actually validating that drive to go out, explore, and chase after what you're drawn to. I mean, that sounds like a total green light, doesn't it? Just go for it. But wait, hold on a second. Just when you think it's a total free-for-all, this one little word pops up, and it changes everything. It's the pivot point for this entire message, a real game changer.
And there it is, the other shoe drops. The message is crystal clear. For all these things, God will bring you into judgment. So yeah, you have the freedom to follow your heart, but you also have to remember that every single one of those choices comes with accountability. That's the big catch. It's a call to be joyful, for sure, but to do it knowing that your choices matter.
So you see the paradox now, right? Youth is this amazing time of freedom, but that freedom isn't a free pass to do whatever you want without consequences. It's more like a test. The power to choose is completely tied to the responsibility for those choices. They're two sides of the same coin.
Okay, so you might be wondering, why the heavy focus on judgment, especially for young people? Well, it's because this stage of life is also packed with temptations. Paths that look super appealing on the surface, but can lead you straight into trouble. Let's take a look at some of those.
The sermon uses a really powerful analogy here that I love. Think about almonds versus oleander seeds. They can look kind of similar, right? But one is amazing for you. It gives you strength and health. The other one, it's literally a deadly poison. The point is, not everything that looks good is good for you. Real wisdom is figuring out which is which, what's going to build you up and what's going to tear you down.
Here's another great way to think about it, using the idea of medicine. When a doctor gives you a prescription and you follow it exactly, right dose, right time, it heals you. It makes you better. But what happens if you take that same medicine the wrong way or take way too much? It can become a poison. And that's the whole idea behind boundaries. Freedom is healthy and healing, but only when you live within those protective limits.
So what exactly are these pitfalls we're talking about? Man, it can feel like a minefield out there for young people. You've got your own internal stuff going on, physical changes and new desires. Then there's pressure from friends, maybe pulling you in a direction you're not sure about. You've got media and entertainment throwing all sorts of messages at you. Plus, that classic feeling that you know better than the older folks in your life. And let's be honest, there's always that pull towards things you're told you can't have.
All right, so if being young is like navigating a minefield, how do you get through it safely? Well, the answer isn't just about dodging the bad stuff. It's about being proactive. It's about building something strong, the very foundation for the rest of your entire life.
And just to show how serious this is, the sermon points out a pretty startling number. It suggests that something like 80% of young people might actually go astray during this critical time. Now, that's not meant to scare you. It's meant to be a wake-up call, showing just how vital it is to be intentional about building that strong foundation.
This visual really drives the point home. Look at the difference.
When you make wise choices, you build something solid, something that's going to last. But when you make poor choices, that foundation is weak and the whole structure becomes unstable. It's a perfect picture of how the quality of your middle and old age is directly connected to the foundation you're laying down right now, in your youth.
To put it simply, think of it this way. The choices you make today are literally building the house you're going to live in tomorrow. Every decision, big or small, is another brick in the wall. You are the architect and the builder of your future. So the question is, what kind of materials are you using?
And that brings us full circle, right back to that central idea that connects everything we've talked about. The reason building that strong foundation matters so much is because of that ultimate accountability. We have to remember the judgment.
Look at this timeline of life. It's a powerful reminder, isn't it? Every stage just happens once. You don't get a do-over on childhood, and once your youth is over, that's it. It's gone for good. That's not supposed to be depressing. It's supposed to highlight just how precious and unrepeatable this time is. It's about making this moment count.
So what's the final takeaway from all this? It's definitely not don't have fun. Not at all. It's about being smart. Absolutely go out and enjoy your youth. Squeeze every drop of joy out of it. But just do it with your eyes open. Understand that true lasting happiness doesn't come from ignoring all the rules. It comes from living wisely within the boundaries designed to protect you, for your future and for eternity.
And that leaves us with one final, really important question to think about. This isn't just for young people, it's for every single one of us. What are you building the foundation of your life on? Right now, today. Are the choices you're making solid as a rock, or are they more like sand? Because the answer to that question will define the kind of life you ultimately live.